Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to Video Content Show. The big Wolves are having a wonderful day on this on this 6th March 2025. We got 20% battery, we got 15% batteries. This is my last video of the day. It's gonna be a very cool video. It's gonna be a little life update without being a life update. What I mean by that, a life update to me is, hey, I got a brand new house, or hey, I got a brand new job, or hey, I'm a father. Truth is, I'm probably a father. If you're one of my kids, call me. I've been waiting for your call for the last 23 minutes. Yeah. It's a life update because I felt like coming in and talking to you guys because again, I do value you guys so much, and it's funny because I often think about how I talk about myself a lot, right? But then you guys are watching, and I think that you're some of you guys are living by cautiously or by curious, not by curious, but there's a word for that. Through me, right? And I think I can like it's easy to talk about the surface stuff. It's easy to talk about the tip of the iceberg. We're starting to talk about the iceberg that's beneath the water. So, long story short, very short. We were just. I think. I think this idea also came from the fact that there's nothing concrete about what's going on in my life. Well, that's not true. There's a lot of concrete stuff, but a lot of the new stuff isn't concrete. But it's also the fact that I'm talking about it so much with my parents that I feel like it's becoming concrete. For example, the weight loss. Tomorrow we're gonna have my second weigh in. First week was 15 pounds. Quite excited about that. So tomorrow's gonna be also something good. We did cheat this week. We had a Big Mac, we had a poutine, and we had a ice cream. But this is the only cheat that I had the whole week. So that's not that bad. But at the same time, I do think I do think that, so for example, what is the non-concrete stuff? Well, we had a job fair, and this job fair was a opportunity to get a job, right? That's why you got to a job fair. Now, is it concrete? It's not concrete. We've been starting to work. We've been starting to make more videos, right? We've been starting to make more videos because we're feeling motivated again. But again, you have those old videos that you haven't even posted, right? I have videos that are 2-3 weeks old and I haven't even posted. So how productive are we, right? Now there's this whole thing of people equate hard work with results. There's no result, there's no hard work, or there's no work. I just don't agree with that. But at the same time, see, it's crazy because you would think that the concept of making a video is the hardest part. Uploading it is also hard because you have to do the right time, you gotta do the right title, you gotta do the right thumbnail, right? And yeah, this is a bit of a newer thing to me to put in the work, because technically speaking, before I had the excuse of I'm doing so many videos a day, I don't have time for thumbnails, I don't have time for this, that, and this. But now since we're doing less content, we're trying to upgrade the quality. We're not shifting to a quality or quantity. This is actually something that I've been thinking a lot about. If the content that I wanted to do starting from now on, because we are almost exactly a month in. 4 years of making content, almost. And I gotta start asking myself the question of, well, are you gonna continue doing what you're doing? Are you gonna be changing the recipe? Are you gonna be doing something different? And if you're doing something different, what is the different thing? So it would be shifting between quality and quantity. But then I think about it and I'm like, well, there's possibly a time where you're gonna be a lot more motivated, a lot more. I'm motivated right now, but there's always gonna be like a possibility of higher state of mind or possibility of lower state of mind, right? Your mood, how it affects how you work, right? So the concrete life update, it's doing so much, but actually finishing things, right? So for example, we went to the job fair, and I'm super excited about that, and I'm looking forward to the thought of working to places that I applied. When you go out in the world and you're like, okay, well, I applied there and I applied there and I applied there, you don't really see yourself working there, but you apply because you need a job, right? Versus the job fair where there's nothing but choice. It's like having it's like going to the theater actually. So you go to the theater and like I don't know which movie I want. Okay, 5%. Whoa, whoa, whoa. For 5%, I'll be right back. And we're low here too. Shit. Well, at least we had a climax for the weather, you know. So yes, so you go to the theater, and you're planning to watch this movie, right? Then you realize, holy shit, there's also this movie, and I want to watch this movie, right? So your first thought wasn't bad, but then your second thought was like, okay, well, this is better, right? So the job fair, you kind of have the option, you kind of have the choice. So you're super thrilled about it, but is it gonna lead somewhere? I don't know. The weight loss we're doing, yes, we're getting some concrete results. We lost 15 pounds last week. Tomorrow's gonna be the weight in. But where's the end part? Where's the concrete part? Like for example, right? For example, something I did in my life a lot, right? And again, it's not. I'm not being negative. I know it's gonna sound like I'm negative, but I'm not. I'm just trying to be factual, but look at the bigger picture also. So, but my problem is I've always been on the path to losing weight, but then I give up and I go back. So the 15 pounds, are we ever gonna stop? I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. Right now, we're working out, and I love working out. But if something was to happen and I would be depressed, I wouldn't be working out, you know. So it is reliant on the mood. The job is reliant on time and timing and opportunity. And am I lucky? Am I the chosen one? Did I do a good impression when I talked to them? Was I nice? Did I seem nice? Did I seem like a good worker? Right? Even making content, people. I got one of my best friend, Janice, who told me your content really changed lately. You know, and it's fun because I know why it changed. I know exactly why it changed. We have less energy because we're working out more. We're a bit more focused on other things right now. So yes, there's a lot less content, admittedly, but at the same time, it's a question of if it changed for him. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Fuck, we're at 5%. Is it a good thing? So if somebody said your content changed, did they change in the best way or did they change in the worst way? Was the original method the original method the best? So there's a lot of changes, a lot of things that are moving forward or moving backward. It's a period of uncertainty, but it's a period where we're trying to actively change things. We're actively working on ourselves. We're actively working to move in a certain direction. I gotta figure out where I'm going. I gotta figure out where we're, what direction we're in. Are we in a good position or not? It's a lot of uncertainty, but I think with uncertainty come a really good thing, and I think with uncertainty come questions, and I think with question comes answer, and I think that if it wasn't for uncertainty, I wouldn't ask this question, and if I wasn't for asking those questions, then I wouldn't get. Oh, for fuck's sake, it closed. Okay, well, we're gonna have to stop here. Shit.